Hey guys, I'll be showing y'all how I made this corset, and no, it's not done. I'm too thirsty. I was real thirsty. I'm about to show y'all the inside of it to show you that it's not done. I gotta cover the bra cups, and I'm about to show you the inside of it, like what's showing, the white part that was showing. But I did get the wrong interfacing, and there's a whole video all about interfacing. I watched it after the fact, after I made this. It's a YouTube channel, Draping Class 101. It is so informative. Please go watch it. I wish I would have seen it before I made this, but it's okay. So I'm telling you guys, you'll need two fabrics. You'll need the main fabric and the lining. It can be the same fabric, it doesn't matter, in boning and interfacing. So I'm using the inches side. The first measurement that I took was shoulder to bust. It's just really to your nipple. It's the fullest part of your breast, so basically your nipple. Next is shoulder to under bust, directly under your breast, like directly under. You'll see right there. No, I don't have on a bra because it's going to push it up anyways. Next is the shoulder to waist, and I already said this a million times, but I'm going to keep saying it. There's a dip right there, you know, a little dent. That's where your waist is. Next is waist to hips, really the fullest part of your butt. So wherever your butt pokes out the most, that's your hips. Then we have the shoulder to shoulder measurement. Just go up and down. I don't know how to explain it, but you will feel where you need to start and stop. That's your shoulder to shoulder measurement. Then we have the bust circumference, just measuring around the fullest part of your bust, really around your nipples. For me at least, because I'm flat chested. Just making sure it's parallel to the ground. Make sure it's super straight and not saggy or nothing. I'm about to show it right there. Make sure it's not like that. Make sure it's parallel and straight, please, because your measurements off, your corset gonna be wrong. Next is the waist circumference. Yes, I'm fat, please don't talk about me. But you'll just measure around the dip that I showed y'all earlier or told y'all about earlier. Just measure it. Don't squeeze, don't do anything, because you will take inches off when you cut that fabric out or when you make your pattern. Do not squeeze, don't do anything crazy. Just measure as is. 27.5, period. Next is your hip circumference. Again, the biggest part of your butt, really. Just measure around, make sure it's not saggy or anything, make sure it's not too tight. Just measure as is. Now it's time to draft the pattern. Please follow along. It's not hard. This video, when I drafted this pattern, it's a 3-minute long video. And it's going to be cut, obviously, but still, it's not hard. We're going to take our shoulder to shoulder measurement and divide it by 2. I think mine was 14 or something. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. From that corner, you're just going to go over 7 and you mark it. By the way, this edge right here on this side, it indicates that this is the fold. So you fold the fabric and you cut out your pattern piece, and when you unfold that fabric piece, it'll be one whole piece. Okay, now back to the pattern. From that shoulder line or that shoulder mark, you just go down 1 inch, and that's to indicate that our shoulders are slanted. From the corner, I just marked 3 inches over and then 3 inches down from this edge, and that's just the neckline. I should have connected it immediately, but I don't know, sorry. So I realized that I did not use a marker this time, and I'm so sorry for that. So now I'm about to explain. From the edge of this paper, there are 2 dots, 3 inches over, 3 inches down. Those are the neckline points. I literally always use 3 inches over, 3 inches down. And those are the points that make the neckline curve. Then we have the shoulder measurement right here. We just go over 7 inches because my shoulder to shoulder was 14 inches. So you just divide your shoulder to shoulder by 2, and then you over that many inches. So mine was 7 inches, I think. Now from that shoulder point, you just go down 1 inch only, because our shoulders are not straight, they're slanted. So just drop it by 1 inch. So that drop shoulder point is our new shoulder point. Okay, now I'll get back to drafting the pattern. Although we dropped our shoulder point, we still took the measurement from the very top of our shoulders. So we don't use the new shoulder point. We use the regular shoulder point to plot our vertical measurements, which is like shoulder to bust, bust to waist, all that. So shoulder to bust was 10 inches. So I just drop it from the regular line and go down 10 inches. And then you draw a horizontal line. Next is our shoulder to under bust. Again, the regular shoulder line, not the dropped / slope shoulder point, not that one, just the regular one. And then you just mark it, and then you draw a horizontal line. Then we have the shoulder to waist, and you already know what I'm gonna say. The regular shoulder line, not the dropped one. I think I was like 15 or 16 inches, something like that. just drop it, mark it, and then draw a horizontal line. When you draw the horizontal line, that's where you're gonna plot your measurements. So just mark it and then draw the line. Next is waist to hips. Sorry, I thought I was in the camera. I don't be knowing because I record with my back camera, but I think waist to hips was 9 inches. So from the waistline, you just go down 9 inches. You mark it, and then you draw the horizontal line. Oh, there we go. You mark it, draw it, and then draw the horizontal line. Right here, I'm just connecting the 3x3 neckline that I was showing y'all earlier, or was trying to explain earlier. Now we're going to connect that drop shoulder point to that 3-inch over neckline point. Hope that makes sense. Now we're about to draw our armhole line, how far down our armhole is. So we're just going to do our bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5. And from that drop shoulder line, or from that drop shoulder point, we're going to go down that many inches. Sorry again, y'all. So once you mark that point, then you draw a line and it meets up with that drop shoulder point, and then you just want to draw a horizontal line, and that will be your armhole line / your chest line. Now you want to measure this vertical line that you just drew, and you want to find the midpoint of it. Once you find the midpoint, you mark it, and then you go in 1/2 inch. I am really so sorry. I'm going to start putting the tripod, I think that's what it's called. I'm going to start putting the tripod like super high up and just turn it over so I don't have to be in the way like this all the time. You can see right here that I'm going in 1/2 inch. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think you understood, so I had to like draw this out. So this is the regular shoulder point. This is the 1-inch drop shoulder point right here. So you measure this right here, this vertical line right here, you measure it, and then you find the midpoint. So just say this is 4 inches right here. It's not going to be 4 inches, but just say it's 4 inches right here. So you find the midpoint, which is 2 inches, and you mark it right there, and then you go in this way 1/2 inch, and then you mark it. And then from there, you just make a straight line to this 1/2 inch mark. Okay, whatever, I'm just going to keep going. So you make a straight line from there. Oh, shoot. You make a straight line from there. And then on this armhole line, you're going to plot your bust measurement. Whatever your bust measurement is, divided by 4, you plot it. So whatever, I'm going to just put it right there. So from there, then you just make a little, just use a curve ruler. And then that's how you make your armhole curve. And then, well, this is just for corset, but if it was for like a regular shirt, I would do the back as well. So this is the front armhole, and then the back armhole, gotta make sure I'm in the camera. The back armhole will be right here. And just go to the same bust measurement or bust point on the armhole line. So this will be the front armhole, and that will be the back armhole. But this is for corset, so I don't really care about the back armhole. I'm just worried about the front armhole. Okay, you can see the straight line that's connected to the inward 1/2 inch mark. So you're going to take your bust measurement, like I already said, and then divide that by 4. So 33.5 divided by 4. And then you're going to plot that on the armhole measurement, like I had said before. But I didn't know if I was going to be in the camera or not, so I had to go ahead and explain it. Now I'm taking my waist measurement, so 27.5, and you divide that by 4. And then you just place that on the waistline. Placing it on the waistline just means from the edge of that paper on the waistline, go over that many inches to the right, and that's your waist measurement. Next is the hip circumference, 38 divided by 4, or your hips divided by 4. And then on the hip line, from the edge of that paper, so this is a hip line, and then from the edge of the paper, you go over that many inches. So your hips divided by 4 and go over that many inches. And I'm not gonna keep telling you about my skin. I know it looks terrible. When I get back in the States, hopefully it gets a lot better. But right now, it's terrible. Right here, I'm just drawing the armhole curve. Sometimes I don't like how the curve ruler gives it like a weird looking curve. So sometimes, most of the time, I just draw the curves. I should have connected the measurements here, but I was being so thirsty like always. So now for the fun part, you get your bra cups and you're gonna place the bra cup right at the under bust line. I wanted like a deep V type style. So this is where I wanted the mesh to stop. So I think it was like half an inch above the waistline, or 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch above the waistline. I don't know, whatever it was, wherever, however deep you want the V to be, you just mark it. This part is all about how you want it. I think I went over 1 inch. So when you open the mesh, it's like a 1 inch mesh opening, not as much showing. So 1 inch over, and then from I think the chest line or the bust line, you go down. Well, I went down 1 inch. Again, it's all about how you want to style it, what you want to do with your corset. And then you draw a horizontal line to indicate that's where the mesh will begin. Make sure the bra cup that's closer to the edge, make sure it's touching where the mesh will begin. And you can tilt your bra cup however you want to tilt it or whatever. Just make sure it's on the underbust line. In a lot of videos, I saw that the other side of the bra cup, not by the edge, the other side of the bra cup should be touching the armhole line / the chest line. But I feel like mine is way too high, but these are my measurements, so I'm not sure. Anyways, just trace the bra cup out. Now I'm about to make the V shape because, again, I want the V shape. So where the mesh stops at and where the cup touches the mesh right there, you meet up where you want it to stop at. And again, I think it was half an inch above the waistline. Right here, I'm just smoothing out the waistline because it's like super sharp. That's all I'm doing right here. Now I'm adding the ½ inch seam allowance around the bra cup area. So the corset won't be as long as the hip line, or won't be as long to the hip line. I just used it just to help draft this. So I actually went down, I think 4 inches, because it'll be 4 inches below the waistline. So I mark it, then I do a horizontal line. Now I'm just marking that out because I don't need that anymore. Now I'm just adding seam allowance to the bottom. Now I'm just adding seam allowance all around. But that's all for this video. I actually made some other adjustments and I will make another video for that. But that's really all for this video. The next video, I'll just upload clips of what I did. I'm not going to actually do like a voiceover or anything. Well, I might, I don't know. But I'm just going to upload clips of what I did. No explanation. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.